Welcome back to Let's Play Bloodborne for Katie, a video series in which I play Bloodborne to show it off to my sister Katie, and we're progressing through Old Yarnum now, and yeah, this appears to be City Hall. See, there's the alderman up there addressing the congregation that's gathered around that, whatever's going on in the center there. Let's try not to make too much noise as we scope the place out. Okay. Well, so much for that. Boy, that's a lot of guys, huh? Yeah, that's a lot of gentlemen down there. People smarter than me who have figured out a way to get onto one of those lower scaffolds, which I have yet to do. I know I could just look it up, but I'm lazy. There is a strategy you can use to take out all those guys at once on the lower floor, which is to throw a pungent blood cocktail to attract them all to one spot, and then there's some sort of like hanging rope thing that you can cut down that causes a big, you know, explosion on the ground. I've never been able to pull it off just because I'm not sure how to get to that lower scaffold from up there where we just were. So, what I usually end up doing is coming over here and letting them all get mad at me and come sort of single file-ish up the staircase and in here where I can pick them off one at a time. It served me pretty well even my first time when I was, you know, a wee little lass who didn't know a saw cleaver from a threaded cane. I do remember, like, being on that platform and waiting around the door for, you know, being like, okay, is that it? Is that it? Nope, there's one more guy. Okay, he's dead. Alright, I guess there's one more guy, and then that's... And maybe almost die a little bit, but, it's fine. We got antidotes, we got blood vials. We're good at the game. It's all good. It's all good, man. That's already almost all. There can't be more than, like, 10 or 12 of those guys. Come to think of it, I'm not sure what this building even is supposed to be. Might be a church? Everything's a church in this fucking town. And what's this? Boy, hope I don't run into a living one of those things anytime soon. And I was hoping the dangling feet would have physics, like you'd walk into them and your head would brush them away. And then there's our first ritual material. If you're doing the chalice dungeons, you need those in order to construct the chalice dungeons, because you gotta fill those chalices with something, buddy boy. I just finished replaying Uncharted 4 for the millionth time at the time of recording, and I don't know. I just thought of wishing that dead beast's feet had physics. Reminded me of the part in the marketplace in Madagascar in Uncharted 4 where you there's a bunch of there's like some hanging sausage links in the marketplace, and you could just walk through them, and they'll flop all around your head, because the Havoc physics engine is the greatest thing ever invented by humanity. I love that game. Yes, I did make sure to pick up the apple, and then let it get stolen by the lemur, because if you don't do that, then it's like, why are you even playing? Come on. Anyway, back to this game. Here's our first shortcut. This gets you right back up to Jura's Tower. So if you don't open the other shortcut later on, then you can just come down here and skip that whole mess of a building with the dozen or so guys in it. And again, I love these creepy statues. They're so weird. Anyway, now we're getting somewhere, because we're heading down. We're heading down more to ground level. Around about here, they like putting up these big smoke clouds to hide enemies. And oh, is that a wandering madness I spy? Why, yes it is. Give me those shards, buddy. Thank you. 3 bloodstone shards. They're really giving me a lot of those. Which, you know what? I'll take them. I will take them. And you see, we're already, you know, this is only like the 3rd major area in this game. And we're already up to a point where we can take out one of those big werewolves in almost one single, you know, combo. If we keep on him, you know, just one stamina bar to take out a werewolf. I was surprised here. I usually have really bad luck with timing parries on these werewolves. I just have a hard time, you know, reading their attack telegraphs. But so I usually don't really get myself the opportunity to visceral those guys, but that time it worked. So last time when I was talking about the sort of back door into Old Yarnum from the ground level, that's the door I was talking about. That you open that from the other side later, after beating an optional boss that we'll get to eventually. There's a lot of side stuff that I'm trying to work out, just mentally, the best, like, pacing for how to dole out all the side, you know, optional areas and bosses in this game. Because I want to do I want to do, like, an all-bosses run, at least of the main game, not the chalices. But, you know, main game and DLC, all bosses. It's just a matter of figuring out the best pace to go at everything. Keep the LP on track. Now this guy... I had to have this pointed out to me, the fact that he's, like, clinging to the wall up there by that house. Because the first couple times I played this game, I didn't see him up there, and so I went into that alleyway, and, like, you don't hear him fall down. Jump scare! But yeah, you don't hear him drop. So it's like you just turn around, and it's as if a werewolf just materialized out of the ether. I was like, huh, there wasn't a wolf here. Now there is. But, yeah, if you look close, you can see him up there on the wall like Spider-Man. You just like, ooh, I'm gonna drop on you. I'm gonna drop right on you. Gotta be thorough. Yet more upgrade materials. Nothing over there. And we've just unlocked the other shortcut. This is a better shortcut because it gets us even even closer to the boss from even closer to the entrance, so... And now's as good a time as any to head back to the Dream and do some last-minute upgrading and leveling before we take on that boss, which, oh boy. I have a... My relationship to this next boss is, complex, let's just say. Go ahead and sell that rifle spear since we can't use it. We also got these that I don't ever use. These are the same as the Molotov cocktails, but you throw them behind you. Which I guess is good if you're, like, escaping from a mob of guys. But I don't ever use them. We also unlocked this for killing Jura. It's his weapon of choice. Sort of a same with the rifle spear is a spear that fires bullets. The stake driver is like a... sort of like a stake powered by gunpowder, I guess, so it shoots the stake into people. Which, you know, that's pretty cool. And you can see me here just going like, oh, which one has the biggest number? Oh, just do that one. I'm also, in the left hand, gonna switch mainly to the Hunter pistol. The blunderbuss I find useful toward the beginning of the game because, you know, you can't really fail to hit your mark with the blunderbuss. Especially with the big old beasties, it's good for them. But the pistol I will find more useful later for, you know, enemies that you don't want to or can't get in close to shoot, so... Anyway, time to make a run for that boss I keep talking about. Thanks to this handy-dandy shortcut. We also got a new torch. Friendship with Torch ended. Now Hunter's Torch is my best friend. Yeah. It's just an all-around improvement on the Torch. I think it might do more fire damage, has more durability. So if you're going for a left-hand weapon-only run, which you can do if you want, that's gonna be, Hunter's Torch is gonna be your best friend. That guy behind the fog is always scripted to yell there and scare the shit out of you. So it's either you go into that alley and chance it with that guy, or you gotta fight this, this big old werewolf. Getting mighty close now. Yet another one of these guys. They introduce them in this part and they're... really giving us a lot of them. That's the thing I don't like about them as much as the crystal lizards in Dark Souls, that the crystal lizards are very cute. Seriously, you should look those guys up, because they are peak little guy design. Also got this old hunter bell, so you can summon your new buddy Alfred, if you made friends with him. We could have fought him if we wanted, but he's pretty strong, so... And also there's no reason to. Even if you want to get all his shit, there's a better way to do it later with no fuss, no muss. Anyway, say hello to the blood-starved beast. My first time through this game, this boss gave me more trouble than any other. I died so many times. Like, at least 20 times I died to this boss. Because for your first time, he is fucking hard. If you're not good at parrying, and you're not prepared for what he can do to you, he'll just wreck your whole shit. And I used up all my insights summoning Alfred. Tried going at it alone and didn't face any more luck there. I ran out of fire paper and was like, oh great, now I just gotta do regular style. What makes him so tough is that, you know, he has these really fast combos that can catch you off guard, even though he telegraphs them pretty well by holding his arm way up in the air for a long time. But you see that weird sort of wet aura around him is, well, yeah, he just has a cloud of poison surrounding him. So, in the and it grows with each phase of the fight. So in the final stage, it's like you're going to get poisoned because you gotta get in close to hit him. He's gonna poison you. So it's either you gotta be prepared to do a nice parry into a visceral to take off a bunch of his health, and then give yourself an opportunity to heal up, or you gotta, you know, get away from him and maybe get one of those pillars in between you so you can't close the distance fast enough for you to pop off an antidote, because the antidote eating animation takes a long time, and, you know, I believe you can cancel that animation, but then you don't take the antidote, so you really gotta conserve that. You gotta watch for your blood vials, you gotta make sure that you're in a good position to heal and take antidote when you need to. You gotta be able to disengage. There's a lot of stuff to keep in mind with this fight. And I thought about quitting this game so many fucking times. That first time through, he just kept killing me over and over. I grinded. I ran through Old Yarnum like 5 or 6 times, killing everything in sight just to get some levels in, and for like weeks on end, it wasn't enough. I was so ready to throw in the towel on this game. And a big problem that I'm even running into here, the same kind of thing that happened my first time, is the fight can end very suddenly like that, because if he gets you in that grab attack, you know, he'll take off a bunch of your health. He'll also poison you because of the poison cloud, and so by the time you get out of that grab, you have almost no health left. You're pretty much helpless. But this is the one where I finally managed to down this foul beast, so... If you run out of antidotes, too, there are more behind the altar at the far end of the room, so... They're nice to you like that. I did worry a bit in starting to record this Let's Play that I might, like, overuse visceral attacks and in that way kind of trivialize certain things or not give myself the opportunity to show off all that, you know, certain enemies and bosses are capable of. When I got to this part and I was like, fuck that, that's stupid. It's a tool in my tool belt, I'm gonna use it because it's, like, you're supposed to. You very much are supposed to use visceral attacks in this game. Dan Olson said in his great video about Dark Souls and intended play, if there was something that the developers of a game absolutely 100% did not want you to do, it wouldn't be there. And boy howdy, I thought that was going to be death number 3 there, but luckily I visceraled just to the right time to get that health back. He stayed down long enough for me to pop an antidote and heal him. So this turned out to be a pretty scrappy fight. But worry not, gentle viewer. Amazingly, I do manage to finish him off even after this. Yeah, at this point I'm like, he's gonna come after me. I'm better off using the blood vials, because the animation doesn't take as long as for the antidote. And finished him off with a nice visceral. And for our troubles, why, we get a magic cup. Let the chalice reveal the tomb of the gods. Let blood be the hunter's nourishment, and let ye partake in communion. So yeah, there is actually a storyline to some of the chalice dungeons. There's about like 5... there's a lot more than 5 chalices, but there's 5 chalice dungeons that sort of have a storyline to them where you can sort of piece together the history of Tumeru, which was the society that predated Yharnam, that now lies in ruins in the endlessly shifting catacombs that they refer to as the Tomb of the Gods. And so you can explore it by conducting the chalice rituals. Again, not gonna do them.
The healing church and the blood ministers who belong to it were once guardians of the hunters in the times of the hunter Ludwig. They worked and forged weapons in their unique workshop. Today, most ministers don't recall the hunters, but they have much to offer you. And so, heed the message of your forebears. Ascend to Erden Chapel.
Alright, thanks for the oblique hint, Gehrman. So, killing the blood-starved beast does not just get you the chalice, it also opens another way forward. So we'll be getting to that next time.
Welcome. What is it, you'd... Very well, let me... Over time, it all... Farewell, good hunter.
Yeah. Let me know when you get new dialogue.